Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we are delving into a landmark Singapore court case, WOS and WOT. This case challenges some of the common perceptions about matrimonial asset division. Let's unpack the key issues, the arguments, the court's decision and its implications. This appeal was decided by the Appellate Division of the High Court. The dispute arose from divorce proceedings between the husband, a 67-year-old businessman, and his wife, a 61-year-old homemaker. Their marriage spanned 20 years, but they lived apart for about half of that time before the divorce. At the heart of the case were several contested issues, including the date for determining the pool of matrimonial assets, the treatment of assets acquired post-separation, and the third contested issue was the division of those assets. The primary issues that the court had to grapple with included: should the operative date for determining matrimonial assets be at the date of separation or at the date of the interim judgment? The second issue was whether assets acquired after the separation but before the divorce be included in the matrimonial pool of assets. The third issue was what constitutes a fair division ratio in light of the parties' long period of separation. Let's talk about the arguments made by each of the parties. The husband argued that the date of separation, not the date of the interim judgment, should determine the matrimonial pool, as the marriage effectively ended earlier. He also argued that assets acquired after the separation, like shares in companies he invested in, should be excluded. Finally, he argued that the wife made little contributions, especially during their separation period, and therefore she should get a smaller share. On the other hand, the wife argued that the date for determining the pool of matrimonial assets should be at the date of the interim judgment, unless compelling evidence suggests otherwise. She also argued that the post-separation assets should be included, as these were accumulated during the legally subsisting marriage. Her indirect contributions as a homemaker should be valued equally, given their traditional single income dynamic. The appeal court upheld the interim judgment date as the default for identifying matrimonial assets. It noted that adopting the separation date would require cogent reasons, which were absent here. The appellate court also held that the husband's shares and other post-separation acquisitions were deemed part of the matrimonial pool of assets. The court reasoned that the marriage was legally subsisting until the interim judgment, not the date of separation. Moving on to disputed assets. A $2 million payment to a friend lacked sufficient evidence of being a loan and was added back to the pool of assets. The husband's claim of a $600,000 loan from his father to purchase a property was unsupported and rejected. Legal fees related to a long-standing lawsuit were excluded from the matrimonial pool as they predated the divorce proceedings. After weighing all the matters, the court adjusted the division ratio to 30% in the husband's favor, considering the significant pool size and the husband's post-separation contributions. This decision underscores the importance of legal precision in matrimonial disputes. The court's preference for the interim judgment date reflects the need for consistency and clarity in asset division. It also rejects the assumption that separation automatically ends the accumulation of matrimonial assets. But was the 70-30 split fair? Some might argue that it undervalues the wife's indirect contributions over the years. Others would say that the lengthy separation justifies a heavier tilt towards the husband, especially as he bore significant financial risks after the separation. So here are the major takeaways. Separation does not redefine matrimonial assets unless both parties clearly intend it to. Number two, courts require robust evidence when excluding assets from the matrimonial pool. Number three, contributions post-separation hold less weight but can influence the division ratio. This case provides valuable insights into the complexities of divorce law in Singapore. If you are navigating a similar situation, remember that every detail matters. For more discussions on legal cases and insights, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Until next time, take care.